Happening now, the latest in the alleged attack of a world-renowned author at the Chautauqua institution. We hear from lawyers on both sides of this case, which is now taking national spotlight. And what a community conversation had to say about Jamestown's east side. Plus, we celebrate a local icon who would have turned 114 years old this month.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Those stories and more are coming up. But first, legal counsel for the man accused of trying to murder Salman Rushdie is worried that the worldwide media coverage of this attack will impact his client's ability to receive a fair trial in Chautauqua County. The lawyer for 24-year-old Hadi Matar stressed to reporters after his client was formally indicted by a Chautauqua County grand jury on second-degree attempted murder and second-degree assault, both felonies there, during a court appearance yesterday. Prosecutors stood strong in their request to deny bail, citing that the New Jersey resident had no other connection to our area and that bail itself could be funded by outside entities, acknowledging the decades-old $3 million bounty on Rushdie. While not able to secure bond for his client, County Public Defender Ned Barone was successful in asking Judge David Foley to consider a gag order in order to prevent the right to a fair trial. Now, this follows an interview Matar gave to the New York Post.
We don't want to taint any prospective juror more than it's already been done in this county. And the more things are leaked or the more things that are spread out there is going to influence the jurors in this county and the opinions they're forming.
It's never in a defendant's interest to go public. Clearly that individual might have an agenda. I felt that, certainly that's not a statement that's being made to law enforcement, so it's something that I can use.
Now, Judge David Foley also issued a temporary order of protection for Matar to stay away from both Salman Rushdie and Henry Reese, the co-founder of Pittsburgh's City of Asylum, who suffered a gash to his forehead, bruising and other minor injuries while on stage. Matar's next court appearance will be September 7th at 9 a.m. for an evidence discovery conference. And a 30-year-old Jamestown man is accused of pepper spraying a customer at the Lakewood Tractor Supply store. Lakewood Bus-Dye police announced the arrest of Alex Peru, who's accused of assaulting a male in the parking lot of the establishment on Fairmount Avenue on Thursday evening. As a result of the pepper spraying incident, police said the victim suffered an eye injury. Peru was processed at the Lakewood Bus-Dye Police Department before he was released with an appearance ticket for third-degree assault. And the city of Jamestown held their inaugural community conversation on Thursday, preliminarily focusing on the municipality's east side. It was spearheaded by Principal Planner Ellen Shadle. The event is meant to engage those who live, work, visit, and/or have another relationship with the area in some way. The event had community members give their feedback, placing them physically on boards to describe the area and how we might move in a better direction. Hearing from a few that attended, Shadle listened to their opinions about the area, which revealed a lot of negative reviews. Many of those in attendance agreed that the area suffers from neglect and that the housing stock specifically and infrastructure are not sustainable and breaking down. In the end, officials will review what is said and work out a plan for what's next.
I feel like we had a really robust conversation about some of the things on the east side in terms of what people are experiencing and what they want to be experiencing and what kind of things we need to get there. And so I look forward to taking that information and integrating it to the things that we've been aware of.
Now, in October, the Department of Development will have another community conversation focusing on a different quadrant of the city. Well, the Jamestown Airport turns 90 years old this Saturday in what officials are calling a monumental milestone for pretty much any airport. Our Bronson Rasmussen is live in the newsroom today with more on this pretty exciting anniversary. Bronson.
Justin, planning for the Jamestown Airport began way back in 1927, with this Saturday marking 90 years since their official opening. Those with the airport are celebrating this year with a movie and a pancake breakfast.
Well, it's very fascinating. This is a very old airport. Most airports in this country were constructed around World War II. That's probably the majority of them were created in the 40s and then into the 50s after the war. But this airport was unique because it was created prior to that.
90 years is a long time for anything, especially for an airport.
They had an official opening on August 20th, 1932. And it worked out that August 20th is a Saturday this year, and Shannon was great to hold an event on that same weekend on the 90th anniversary when they held the formal dedication of this airport back in 1932, which is a very long time.
Friday night, starting at 7 p.m., there will be a free outdoor showing of the Disney movie Planes, followed by a pancake breakfast on Sunday. Anyone is welcome to attend.
8:30 to 11 on Sunday morning, we're going to have a pancake breakfast, and just want to come out and celebrate the airport being here for 90 years.
In the end, the facilities manager just wants the community to see that there is so much happening at the airport, even if there are no commercial flights.
Airports are my passion anyway. I know they're not everybody's, but everyone out here can see, and hopefully the community can see the value in our airports.
Now, Justin, those at the airport say that they provide plenty of other resources, including full-time jobs for the area, opportunities for private aircrafts, and flying lessons for all across the region. Live in the newsroom, Bronson Rasmussen, WNY News Now.
Bronson, thank you. Well, as this summer season is winding down, parents are beginning to get their kids ready to head back to school. This fall, New York is offering some scam prevention and shopping tips ahead of the new school year. Now, some helpful tips include not sharing your personal info on social media, like names, addresses, phone numbers, and social security numbers. Also, be sure to have a discussion with your child about internet safety. That includes suspicious emails. Now, as far as back-to-school shopping is concerned, know where you're buying from. Be sure to use a credit card and beware of fake ads if you're shopping online. Certainly you don't want to get anything from Wish where it turns out to be too small, which is, I know, a big thing for a lot of people. Anytime you buy it, I've bought a few things that I thought would be nice, to wear, business attire, and it's like extra small. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Yeah. Wish is one of those places where, you order something that looks good, it takes 7 months to arrive, yes. And then when you finally get it 7 months later, you find out it's nothing but a cheap piece of beeps.
You know what? Yeah.
All right.
Well, you know what's not cheap today? Our weather. It's absolutely beautiful.
That's right. The weather is not cheap today. It is fantastic out there. You can see from the Chautauqua Lake Skycam, lots of sunshine out there, just a few clouds. Otherwise, that's pretty much going to be it for today. The satellite and radar composite, not really showing you much. We are starting to see thunderstorm development across the Niagara Peninsula, but those are going to stay away from the southern tier in northwestern Pennsylvania. So today's going to be a fantastic day. Mold pollen still up there, so that is the latest report from Dr. Fred Lewis out there in Olean for the pollen. So just a fantastic day. Gobs of sunshine for all of you. A few afternoon clouds, warmer, 76 to 85, with an overall light south to southwest wind, but more rain is on the way. We'll talk about it with that Ultimate Satellite Solution 7-day forecast later on in the show, Justin.
All right, well, I'm going to the Bills game tomorrow, their last preseason, so I will be watching that closely, Dakota. Thank you. As we continue, we break down the debate between the two candidates seeking your vote in the special congressional election happening right now. And later, the latest warning from the FDA about flavored nicotine gummies. Stay with us. WNY News Now is back right after this.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Looking for a fair and honest auto mechanic? Look no further than DeWyas Auto Service. Located at 140 Main Street in Randolph, our family-owned business is ready for all of your automotive needs. From general service to more complex repairs, count on DeWyas Auto to keep you on the road. We not only keep your cars running smoothly, but also looking great with our expert detailing crew. Send us a message on Facebook or call us today at 716-358-2292 to set up an appointment. DeWyas Auto Service. Fair, honest, and the best prices guaranteed.
Two convenient conservatives are on the ballot for the Republican primary for Congress. Neither live in our district. I'm Rich Moon, vying for your vote in New York's 23rd congressional race. Growing up in Erie County, I lived in Hinsdale while working as a pharmacist in Wellsville. I'm proud to have raised my kids in the Jamestown area. Keep your voice in Washington local. Write in Rich Moon when you vote for both the GOP primary and the special election. Write in Rich Moon for Congress.
When severe weather breaks, one team has you covered, tracking the storms as they happen. Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Hey ladies, are you looking for a fun night out on the town this fall? We have the event for you. Join Collaborative Children's Solutions as we celebrate the women of our community during a special Ladies Red Carpet Gala. Grab your friends and fanciest clothes for a night of dancing at the Northwest Arena in Jamestown, New York. There will be dessert and a cash bar. All proceeds directly benefit Collaborative Children's Solutions. Learn more at ccsolutions716.com.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
This week, the Pennsylvania House State Government Committee held a hearing on a bill that would make the Commonwealth an open primary state. Pennsylvania is just one of 9 closed primary states, including here in New York. This means that only registered Democrats and Republicans can vote in spring primary elections. According to the Department of State, there are over 1 million registered independent voters across PA who cannot vote in primaries. This week's hearing heard from testimony from experts and advocates on how closed primaries promote more partisan candidates and how over 1 million taxpayers are not able to exercise their right to vote. Similar legislation was in the Senate, introduced by an Erie state senator this spring. Both pieces of that legislation await a committee approval before they could actually reach their respective chambers for a vote. And the 2 candidates running in a special election to fill our open congressional seat here in Western New York faced off and spoke directly with voters during a debate Thursday here in Chautauqua County. Our Julia Grass is breaking down what they had to say.
Early voting is already underway for the NY23 special election to fill out the remainder of former Congressman Tom Reed's term after he resigned in May. Hosted and moderated by the League of Women Voters, candidates Max Delapia and Joe Sempolinski spent over an hour debating the issues they care about at the Bosey Center in Fredonia.
I honor the rule of law. I want people to have a fair shot. I want them to pay a fair share. I want people to be able to live the life with the person they love. And I want to work together to make sure that those things happen.
Though he is running in a majority conservative district, the Democrat says that given enough time with the reluctant voters, they find common ground.
If we can just agree on a couple things and then agree to disagree on the others, and then just share a common vision for those 2 things and work together to make something good happen for the country and also for our constituents, I think that's the way we're going to restore confidence
Delapia also believes that inflation, specifically gas prices, is the result of price gouging and corporate manipulation. Republican candidate Joe Simpolitsky, who is only running in the special election and not the general this November, however, had a different take on the subject.
Recent Inflation Reduction Act, that was a real distinction. I felt that was more taxes, more spending, a massive army of IRS agents. My opponent said that he would have voted for that. We were asked about the filibuster. I think that we should keep the filibuster. My opponent said he wanted to get rid of the filibuster.
If elected, Sempolinsky would only be a congressman for a short period of time.
3 of the 4 months of this remainder of the term, the House will be in session, and the House is very closely divided. So who is chosen in this election could very well determine what passes the House and what doesn't pass the House.
Julia Gress, WNY News Now.
The winner of Tuesday's special election will serve as congressperson until January 3rd. That's when the ultimate winner of the general election will take office from the fall election. And a Republican candidate for Congress here in Western New York said in a radio interview that U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland should be, quote, executed for authorizing a search of former President Donald Trump's home. That before clarifying later during that show that he wasn't serious. Buffalo area business person Carl Paladino made that comment in an interview with Breitbart News last Saturday. During the interview, Paladino was criticizing President Joe Biden for what he said was a lack of leadership and disengagement from government.
So we have a couple of unelected people who are running our government with an administration of people like Garland, okay, who should be not only impeached, he probably should be executed. The guy is just lost. He's a lost soul. He's trying to get an image, and his image, his methodology is just terrible. To raid the home of a former president is just, it's people are scratching their heads and they're saying, what is wrong with this guy? But what do you really think you're doing? We're sure.
Now, a short time later in that interview, the host pressed Paladino about what he meant when he said that Garland should be executed. Paladino replying, "I'm just being fictitious." Paladino, a millionaire real estate developer who was the party's candidate for governor of New York in 2010, is in a close primary fight with New York Republican State Committee Chair Nick Langworthy for the GOP's nod for the 23rd congressional seat. And we expect to have new insight about the FBI's search of former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. A judge saying he plans to unseal parts of the affidavit used to justify that search of his home. He's giving the Justice Department until next Thursday to suggest redactions. Meanwhile, legal experts are offering new insight about documents the judge unsealed yesterday. This is from an application for the warrant. Multiple experts say the words willful retention could point specifically to the former president. Another unsealed document shows the DOJ was worried about the destruction of evidence. And the FDA has issued its first warning letter for the marketing of illegal flavored nicotine gummies. The letter Thursday to manufacturer VPR brands the agency said these types of gummies are particularly concerning because they resemble kid-friendly food or candy products, and such products can cause severe nicotine toxicity or even death among young children. Now, VPR Brands is the name behind Crave Nic, which markets gummies containing 1 milligram of nicotine in 3 different flavors. Now, Crave's packaging says it contains tobacco-free nicotine, but the FDA says that company is not authorized to make, sell, or distribute such a product, and is calling on Crave to address the violations. Well, coming up, we introduce you to a new furry friend that's up for adoption in our Pet of the Week segment, and later on, a little inside look at a special birthday celebration for a Jamestown icon this weekend. But first, when we return, a full look at our weather forecast as it's shaping up to be a beautiful day there at Mayville's Lakeside Park.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Stay fire safe this summer. Only use grills outdoors, away from siding and deck railings. Clean grills often and remove grease or fat buildup. Make sure your gas grill lid is open before lighting. Have a 3-foot safe zone around grills and campfires. Keep kids and pets clear of the area. Dispose of coals after they cool in a metal can. Never leave grills, fire pits, and patio torches unattended. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov.
Brought to you by the Chautauqua Safety Village and the Jamestown Fire Department.
While I appreciate anyone who wants to run for office and help others, we deserve to be represented by a local candidate. I'm Rich Moon, running for New York's 23rd congressional seat. I grew up in Erie County, worked in Wellsville, raised my kids in Jamestown. We need to keep our voice in Washington local. There are 2 absentee opportunists on the ballot for the Republican primary. They don't actually live here. That's why I need your vote. Write in Rich Moon for Congress for both the GOP primary and special election. We deserve local representation.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Fast, accurate, and everyday. First Defense Weather.
Welcome back, everybody. And as the banner says, bye-bye to the warm days. Here are the average highs coming up over the next couple of months. Today, the average high is now 79 degrees. By this time next month, 72. October 19th, 59. And by November 19th, 47. So yes, the average highs are going down, which means fall is going to be arriving. And another sign that fall is going to be arriving pretty soon is the sunset times. 8:11 for sunset time tonight. Then by next Thursday, 8:02, just 2 minutes before 8 o'clock. So man, yeah, the sunset's getting later. Another sign that fall's on the way. But today, a gorgeous day. If you have a tea time this afternoon, perfect. 77 at 2. We should warm up to around the lower 80s through the afternoon hours with a great supply of sunshine with that overall light south to southwest wind. Lots of sunshine downtown right now. 75 as of noon hour. A west wind of 9. The dew point not too bad at 56, but it is still more humid than it was the past couple of days where we had the dew points down in the 40s. But the chance of rain is going to be going up and away here as we go into the weekend. You see an 80 and 75% chance on Sunday and Monday. And the Storm Prediction Center has all of the region under a low-end marginal risk. This is a level 1 out of 5 for Sunday. The threat for a couple gusty thunderstorms could be possible, maybe some strong winds, maybe some heavy rain and some hail as well. But we're not going to deal with that today. High pressure set up over the region, but this is not going to last very long because by tomorrow we're going to see the rain returning once again, but the time is moving, but the weather ain't changing. Now, future scan, we're going to see a lot of sunshine through the afternoon. Tomorrow, I do think we'll start dry, but as we go into the afternoon hours, that'll be our better chance to see some of those showers and thunderstorms you see here by the time we approach 3 o'clock, isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms. Those are going to continue at times on Saturday night, and then by the time we go into Sunday, we're going to see a lot of rain coming along with a few thunderstorms. Now the future, next 7 days, powered by Ultimate Satellite Solutions. So we're up to 83 tomorrow, 80 on Sunday. Temperatures come back down with the heat and the overall humidity, Justin. And looks like by next Wednesday and Thursday, we will start to dry out.
All right, Dakota, thank you. And before we get to our pet of the week, I just want to wish our wonderful forecaster, Andrew Stevenson, a big happy birthday. Andrew's birthday was yesterday. I know, Dakota, you were all about that on social media. But Andrew, happy birthday to you. Thank you so much for what you do for us here at WNY News Now. Every weekend, keeping people up to date.
He looks so thrilled, doesn't he?
Helping Dakota. Yeah, you can't escape them. They're everywhere. So happy birthday, Andrew. And don't forget to get some of the free donuts in the lobby, okay? Yeah. That goes for you too, Brian, if you want some donuts. Well, now let's talk about our pet of the week. In an effort to help our furry friends find a forever home, our pet happens to not be Andrew, but instead this little guy right here. Joining us today, Brian Papalea and our friend Ben. And Brian, he wants to escape.
He does. I have a suggestion. I think we should do an Alyssa barometer.
We should.
For how much people will love these animals, because I think Alyssa has completely fallen in love with Ben more than any other animal I've ever
Yes. You know what? Can we try something? Alyssa, could you come over here? Let's see if this calms him down. Because if it does, then I think we should just call off the segment.
It might be.
You should just take him. Oh my God. Do you see this? Well, what do you say?
I really want it.
Well, in case Alyssa's not able to adopt our friend Ben, can you tell us a little bit about him?
Ben is about 2.5 months old. He was just neutered yesterday. All of the animals that are adopted from the shelter are spayed or neutered. And he is just he's a fireball. He loves to adventure. He is really big. I think if you have other cats, he's going to probably be the alpha. Just because he just seems like he's very, just has that kind of energy and that attitude. A little bit of punk rocker, maybe.
Yeah, you think so?
You're not seeing it right now because he's completely in love with
Yeah,
Alyssa.
which is crazy. He was escaping us. I couldn't hold him. You couldn't hold him. And now Alyssa has him.
There you
Wow.
go.
So he is so cute. And when you have a kitten, I know we've had a few kittens on the program, they really are so impressionable and could pretty much join any family depending on the circumstance that they're going into.
because they're coming into learning all of what their behaviors will be and what their environment, getting used to that, whether it's kids, other animals. It's still always important to have the proper introductions and to do that slowly to make sure your animals, if you have any already, and kids, are all fitting in well. But yeah, they're pretty versatile.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, if you want to learn more about our buddy Ben here or any other residents of the shelter, it's so easy. chqhumane.org. Lots of information there. Schedule a time to meet him. Although, honestly, after seeing this today, I'm in no position. I may be news director here, but I'm not the news director at Alyssa's house. But I'm just going to say, Jake, if you're watching this, you're going to need to call Alyssa as soon as the program's over with and talk to her because
her phone's right
I
there.
think, yeah. So I think you might have a new baby coming home with you today.
Phone call for Alyssa Wright.
Next here, this is Alyssa's actual story today. Roger Tory Peterson would have turned 114 this month. How RTPI celebrating that this weekend.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Slow down. Slow down and move over. Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights. Vests.
please give us some room.
Slow down. Slow down and move over. When you need help,
It's our job
to help you.
to save you.
Despite the danger.
This danger.
This danger is real. Do your part.
Please
Slow down. Slow down. And move over.
move over.
Catch your first defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. We couldn't get rid of our friend. Actually, he's pretty upset if he walks away from Alyssa too much. Roger Tory Peterson Institute celebrating their namesake's 114th birthday by throwing a celebration this weekend. Our Alyssa Wright joining me along with Ben here at the anchor desk for more on what's ahead for this world-renowned museum. Alyssa, I hear they have a pretty busy weekend.
Yeah, Justin, the RTPI will be inviting patrons to join in the festivities by viewing exhibits, enjoying refreshments, and listening to a performance by the local band, The Probables.
Instead of a birthday party, bird day party. And it's going to be the best bird day party ever.
Joining in on the celebration are several artists from around the world.
We have 15 different artists from around the country, and one from Barcelona. So they're coming here from all over the world. So you get to go inside and you can escape and look at this artwork. Escape on the trails, escape with music. So it's, I think we need it. You come in, you're gonna get a birthday cupcake, you get to sing happy birthday with the Probables to Roger, and our friends at Johnson Estate Winery, they donated wine passes, wine tasting passes. So every single person that comes, that buys a ticket, if you're over 21, you get a free tasting at Johnson Estate Winery as well.
It's almost been 3 decades since Roger Tory Peterson passed away, and the museum is trying their best to keep his memory alive and well.
Roger, born and raised in Jamestown, New York, he was an artist, and he also had a love for nature. And so he put his love for nature and his artistic abilities together, and in 1934, came out with this revolutionary book that was beautiful artwork of birds combined with information. And also he came up with the Peterson identification model to identify certain characteristics of birds.
It seems like the Institute has something for everyone to enjoy. And Justin, the Bird Day Party, as they're calling it, it's going to take place at the Roger Tory Peterson Institute. That's on Curtis Street in Jamestown, Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yeah, such a great event. Certainly a lot to look forward to, and he really does have such an important connection to the community. You know, just not in his artwork, but to the field guides providing information to.
Definitely.
So, how are you liking the test drive? Of
oh my God, I love him.
Yeah,
I really do.
Oh gosh, we couldn't take him away from her. Like, it was 4 seconds to sit down, and here we are. So. Oh boy. I think we might just have to completely, who knows?
Oh, yeah.
We'll update
Cat.
you. We might get a litter box for the new year. That's it for us today. Have a great weekend.